don't think that is gone to Fauci school because this is the person that we know he will see white and call it black.
No, but you have admitted. Sorry to interrupt you.
Let's
be very direct because we don't have a lot of time.
What I said was, he said we are doing blatant vote buying. I did not do blatant vote buying. I responded to the people in my unit who told me they have been paid for 4,000 naira to vote by PDP. And so I personally said...
You responded to them on elections day?
I responded to them when we were on the line. They came to meet me and said, look, okay, this man has paid us money.
Because, you
so
know...
I told them, when they finish...
It's very interesting that Mr. Ologbondiyan has differentiated.
Yes.
He did not say that. He said whatever it was that was done before election day was in the course of campaign.
Not even true.
That's what he said.
Even despite that establishment, of the fact that they paid for 4,000 ahead, they were still giving money on election day.
Mr. Kola,
they were trying to... They said, okay, you are saying nobody. Where did you vote in Ekiti?
I don't have to vote in Ekiti to know.
So how did you know that they didn't give money?
We had field men in every polling.
Yes, Mr. Kola. All right.
Now, the truth of the matter is,
what is clear?
Let me just say something.
Yes, please go ahead.
We copied democracy from America. There is no way money does not play a role. Now he's saying that they gave them money during the campaign. Who was campaigning on Friday?
There really
you are not supposed to campaign a day before the election.
Senator,
and they gave money out.
Senator, there really are more important issues we need to get into before we close. Clearly, there are allegations and counter-allegations, and clearly there's a failure to admit even what we know happened. So we'll leave it at that.
He has admitted.
No, but let's please move on. Mr. Kola, I want to talk a little bit about...
I
want to talk a little bit about campaign strategy. Some people have looked at the way the campaigns were conducted, and they've looked at your party's strategy, and they say, well, look, this was supposed to be an election between the Deputy Governor, Professor Eleka, and the former Minister and former Governor, Pt.5. What it turned out to be, particularly in the public eye, was a kind of a rehash of the 2014 election between the incumbent Governor Fauci and the same, Mr. Fayemi. Now, do you believe, in retrospect, that it was best for Mr. Fauci to always be in front of the cameras with the neck brace and all the campaigning? He was the one on Politics Today campaigning for his party instead of the deputy governor. Was it right for him to be the face of that election, of your party, given the fact that he was not the one contesting against the newly elected governor?
I think we should not limit it to what Fauci did. I think we should have a general overview of the electioneering process in order to help deepen our democracy.
No, we've talked a lot about that. Let's talk about the campaign for a moment, please.
I'm with you. I'm responding to you.
Okay.
Well, what I'm saying in essence is that we should not limit it to a particular personality. What I'm saying is that if we say that of the People's Democratic Party, yes, it could be wrong. But what do we say about the situation where Akeredolu, the governor of Ondo State, left his state and led the campaign in Ondo State? What do you say about my state governor, Governor Yaya Bello, who left his home state and reverted for campaigns and was in Ekiti State throughout the election? So, in the election situation, there is what is called intimidation. And the moment the APC rallied all its governors and they came to Ekiti State and they brought tons of money to Ekiti State, in order to ensure that a candidate of the PDP does not get intimidated, the governor also had to lead a campaign.
No, I understand exactly your position. I understand your position very well. This is what I want to ask you. Now, after the election, if you ask most Nigerians about Professor Eleka, his history, who he is, how he speaks, all of those things, they may have some real difficulty telling you about the man because, of course, former Governor Fayemi was in office. People know him. He's a known quantity. This is somebody who's unknown, and he didn't seem to even get the limelight to expose who he is and what he can do. Was there not a failure in that regard?
Whatever shortcoming that our party had in this Ekiti election will be the basis of our strategy in subsequent elections. And I want to leave it.
And very quickly, Senator, you're a former distinguished member of the Nigerian Senate. is it now time, given the fact that vote buying on both sides clearly has been alleged, at least, is it not now time to establish a law that could attribute a strict penalty for this illicit activity in the future?
Oh yes, I agree with you. If we make it illegal and enforce repercussions for it, then that will go. I have said it's one of the challenges that we face, and this country must now begin to look at a solution. But comparing Governor Pt.5 and the deputy of Fayose, or even Fayose himself, who was the quote-unquote the candidate for PDP in Ekiti, by default. Now, if you look at the achievements of the two of them, and they place it on a pedestal, and look at the quality of Pt.5, ordinarily, we should have a landslide victory. There was no contest.
Was that why you
but because they started using money.
Was that why you recall to sin and buy?
Because they started using money.
If you had a candidate that was strong enough to why did you carry tons of money to the polling unit and you were sharing money?
Mr. Ologbondiyan, will you let him finish his point, please?
You are talking of governors coming in. That is part of the benefit of being in the federal party. That people can come and help. Governors can come and help. You did that. Governor Wike and all of them, everybody is the former governor, the current governor of Rivers, all of them came during the campaign. And now, ditto, Yaya Bello came for the campaign. Akredolu came for the campaign of the APC. So I don't know what an issue is there for that. And if Akredolu is so close to Ekiti and is able to come and fill the post, don't know, okay, given that the former minister is very close to him, what is wrong in his coming in to help? But did you see him come to Ekiti to come and vote? So when you begin to make allegations and excuses because you have lost this election and you lost cleanly,
gentlemen,
with only 20,000.
Gentlemen, I'm afraid that we're totally out of time. Just a moment. We're out of time. We have to thank you both for coming on Sunrise Daily, Mr. Kola Ologbondiyan. Mr. Kola Ologbondiyan, would you kindly let us wrap this up?
The court judge of
Thank you.
facts.
Mr. Kola Ologbondiyan is the National Publicity Secretary of the People's Democratic Party, and Senator Ayo Arishe is a member of the All Progressives Congress. Sunrise Daily will continue in a moment. Please stay with us.